450,000 years ago, the Anunnaki arrived on Earth in search of precious resources, bringing with them 600 workers known as the Igigi. These workers spread across ancient Africa, establishing infrastructures that allowed the Anunnaki to exploit the continent's rich mineral wealth. The Igigi, depicted with long beards, flowing hair, and wings, were a lower rank of deities, predating humanity and often likened to angels. As told in the Akkadian myth of Atrahasis, the Igigi were burdened with immense labor by the Anunnaki, highlighting their subordinate status. The Anunnaki's relentless quest for gold, vital for their survival, eventually led to the Igigi's rebellion. To ease their burden, humans were created to take over the laborious tasks. This story intertwines myth and speculation, offering a glimpse into how ancient civilizations might have perceived divine intervention and the origins of humanity. Welcome to the Anunnaki Connection.
The Anunnaki are a group of deities in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, particularly in the Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian cultures. Their story has evolved over millennia, and various interpretations exist, especially with modern theories adding layers of mystique and speculation. Here's an overview of the Anunnaki's mythological role and the modern interpretations that have emerged. 1. Mythological origins. In ancient Mesopotamian texts, the Anunnaki were considered powerful gods who were part of the creation myth and played a significant role in the formation of the earth and the organization of humanity. Sumerian creation myth. The Anunnaki were often described as descendants of the sky god Anu and the earth goddess Ki. In the Sumerian tradition, they were the offspring of the supreme deities, and they had control over various aspects of nature and society. Roles and domains. The Anunnaki were believed to rule over different aspects of the world. Some were associated with creation, the cosmos, fertility, and the forces of nature, while others were linked to more practical aspects like law, governance, and the afterlife. Enlil, Enki, and Ninhursag. Among the Anunnaki, some figures like Enlil, the god of air and storms, Enki, the god of water, wisdom, and creation, and Ninhursag, the goddess of fertility and mother of all living things, were particularly prominent. These gods had specific duties, and their interactions with humanity were frequently portrayed in the mythological stories. The Epic of Gilgamesh. In the famous Epic of Gilgamesh, the Anunnaki play a critical role in the divine pantheon, with certain gods taking part in events involving the hero Gilgamesh, such as his search for immortality. 2. Anunnaki and the creation of humanity. In some Mesopotamian texts, the Anunnaki are linked to the creation of human beings. The most notable reference is in the myth of Enki and Ninhursag, where humans are created to serve the gods by performing labor, particularly the work of cultivating the land and maintaining the gods' cities. The Enuma Elish, a Babylonian creation myth, describes the world being created through a cosmic struggle between gods. The Anunnaki, as part of this divine council, have a significant role in shaping the earth and its inhabitants. The Sumerian king list. This ancient text suggests that the Anunnaki were also involved in the governance of early kings, often depicted as semi-divine rulers who descended from the gods. 3. The Anunnaki and modern interpretations. In recent decades, the Anunnaki have become a central figure in alternative history and conspiracy theories, especially with the rise of works by authors such as Zecharia Sitchin. These modern interpretations offer a more speculative and fantastical view of the Anunnaki, often mixing ancient mythology with extraterrestrial ideas. Sitchin's theory, the ancient astronaut hypothesis. Zecharia Sitchin, in his book The 12th Planet, 1976, proposed the idea that the Anunnaki were not gods but rather extraterrestrial beings from a planet called Nibiru. According to Sitchin, Nibiru is a planet that orbits the Sun in a highly elliptical orbit and returns to the inner solar system every 3,600 years. Sitchin theorized that the Anunnaki visited Earth to mine gold, and they genetically engineered humans to serve as slaves. This idea blends ancient Mesopotamian mythology with the concept of ancient astronauts and has become a popular part of modern pseudoscience. Sumerian texts as evidence. Sitchin and other proponents of the ancient astronaut theory argue that various Sumerian texts describe advanced technology and knowledge that could not have been developed by early civilizations, suggesting a more extraterrestrial influence. Criticism. Most historians and archaeologists reject Sitchin's interpretations, arguing that they are based on misreadings or intentional misinterpretations of ancient texts. The idea of the Anunnaki as extraterrestrials remains speculative and unsupported by mainstream scholarship. 4. Symbolism and legacy. The Anunnaki and modern culture. Despite the lack of scientific evidence, the Anunnaki have captured the imagination of many in modern times. They have become a central figure in conspiracy theories, science fiction, and even pop culture. The role of myths. The stories of the Anunnaki represent the human desire to explain the unknown, particularly the creation of life, the universe, and the nature of divinity. The Anunnaki mythos reflects both ancient human awe and curiosity about cosmic forces and their connection to earthly life. 5. Key themes in the Anunnaki myth. Power and governance. The Anunnaki were seen as supreme beings who shaped the earth and society, ruling over both gods and humans. Divine justice. The Anunnaki were also associated with maintaining cosmic balance, justice, and order, often involved in the fate of humanity. Creation and destruction. The Anunnaki were involved in the creation of humanity, but some myths also depict them as bringing destruction, such as the Great Flood, which was sent as punishment for human wickedness, as told in the Epic of Atrahasis and later in the Bible's Noah's Ark story. In conclusion, the story of the Anunnaki is multifaceted, rooted in ancient mythology, but also reinterpreted in modern times with alternative theories about extraterrestrial involvement. The Anunnaki remain a significant part of the broader narrative of ancient Mesopotamian culture, and their influence continues to spark intrigue and speculation today.